A woman is supposed to be a helpmate, not a co-builder.
Do everything, do all the work so she doesn't have to. All she does is she got to show up and be pretty.
Awful that he's deliberately trying to humble his own wife because his ego can't take it. Hating on you, you're married to a hater, you're sleeping next to a liar. The only person she wants to hear speak is her man.
We began traveling the world together. A year and a half after that, we got married. Sounds very passport bro-ish. So please do not go to another country with the intent of finding a spouse from that country.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, also smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
I'm no expert, but many relationships fail and fail bad and hard because guys are reaching for help before they're ready to actually be helped. Let me explain. A woman is supposed to be a helpmate, not a co-builder. Co-building is for when you're established, each of you as individuals, and you come together to build something else together on top of what you each have established individually. A helpmate, or someone that is help, is following the blueprint that is already set in stone by the owner, by the leader. Stop getting with women, fellas, if your blueprint is unfinished. If you don't have your living situation together, your transportation together, your communication together, your vision together, your business plan together, your educational plan together, your relationship with God in you together, stop inviting women into your life. You're wasting their time and you're freezing yourself. You see, because a woman is like an ambulance. You ever notice that an ambulance sounds exactly like a howling dog, a crying child, and a screaming woman? It's annoying, but only to people who don't need help. To someone who needs help, it is a sigh of relief. To someone who is ready for help, it is a sigh of relief. To someone who has created a camp and a campaign, it is a sigh of relief.
Now, I get what he's saying, right? Only thing, but the ambulance screaming, nobody wants that. That's not a sigh of relief, but I get what he's saying, can help. But, you know, a lot of times when women are doing that, it brings pain. But he's right. As a man, you got to have it all together. That's like me getting off with my wife, and I have no clue what my next step is. Then it's like, what am I doing, right? You're wasting your time. You're wasting her time. And that happens with a lot of relationships. A guy will get with a girl and will be wasting her time and not even realize he's wasting her time. He's going to her for help, and she finds herself helping him with certain things. I made that same mistake back in the day where I got into relationships and wasn't ready. So I understand, I can admit I was wrong, and I learned. A lot of times men learn over time. That's something men need to learn now before they get older, but so they can have themselves established, then bring a woman into the picture and kind of mold them in a way of what they should do. Because if you bring a woman in and you're telling her what to do, she can get in your program, she can get with your program, and it'll be that. But I gotta let you guys know, not every woman is fit to be on your program.
Facts.
This next video here, this woman was in relationships, right? She was in a relationship with a man, then broke up with a man, and decided to get with a woman. How do you start, I'm bisexual and I'm more attracted to women than men, but don't know how to go about it? So she's giving advice on how to approach women because she's bisexual herself, and she said she was done with men for a year. But let me see how the next video plays out. Let's finish this.
A woman on a date. You're attracted to a woman that you know likes other women, and just ask her out. No small talk, none of this like banter back and forth. Get straight to the damn point, because you want to see her in person, you want to see how y'all vibe. So literally be on some, when are you available? Cool, I'm going to take us here. Make the plans, make the reservations, do everything, do all the work so she doesn't have to. All she does is she got to show up and be pretty. And take her out. And see how it goes.
Okay, so she gave that advice, right? So now you already know, of course, she did the work with a man, went through hell. Instead of giving it a break, she decided to go with women. But let's go into the next video. I'm gonna show you this. So this is her. Not even remembering when I took this because I got that junkies in. So she's out with her girlfriends, having a good time, right? Doing her thing with women. Stopped dealing with men. Now she's doing it with women. Now let's go on and see how that's turning out. Me after dating only women for a year. Now, sad, but it sounds like she's laughing, but she's crying. This woman is broken. She went through what men have been going through since the beginning of time. And let me explain what I mean. She went through the hell. A lot of times people get in relationships and they think the grass is greener on the other side. I'm a woman, maybe a woman would understand me. It's not the case. Look at the statistics. They show women and men don't work. I hate to say it, but the gay marriages are working. Those guys are happy over there. All right? Women and men aren't working, but lesbians have the worst relationship. So she felt that. I guess she didn't know the statistic. But now I guess she probably still doesn't know. But if she does some research, she'll find out. And women don't realize a lot of times, we're not trying to bash her, saying going the other way is not the way. The way is to give yourself some time, pray on it, pray for God to give you the answers, and then go with God, because this here is definitely not working. It's not even supposed to be happening. I gotta keep it real. It's not supposed to be happening. You're not supposed to be with a woman. That's just facts. But anyway, let me hop on to the next one.
There are currently no less than 5 million takes about this Mr. and Mrs. Simone Biles fiasco. And all of the takes are valid. I've not seen a single one that I disagree with. Is it absolutely horrific that he
more women talking about Simone Biles putting her man first? Why is it such a problem? Now, do you feel that something's off with the guy, that he may be a dirtbag? I guess we have to wait and see. But what's the beef about it? Let's hear what she has to say.
deliberately embarrassed her? Yes. Is it awful that he's deliberately trying to humble his own wife because his ego can't take it?
Lie about yourself.
Yes. Is he lying his ass off that he didn't know who one of the most famous people on planet Earth is?
We do not care.
Yes. You know who the Simone Biles.
Why? Why does he have to know who Simone Biles is? The reason why I know is because I watched the Olympics. But he's been playing football. And he's a professional, isn't he? That means that man's been buried in that sport his whole life. He's not watching what's happening on the internet. How are you going at him about this?
You know who the Simone Biles is. We all know that. That's the point. The point is, none of that is the worst, aspect of this to me. Yeah, is it ridiculous? Yeah. Does he absolutely look like the type of man that would say something like that? Absolutely. To me, the worst part of this whole scenario is that it don't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Jesus Christ himself could team up with the Buddha and they could hold hands with God and descend down to earth and stand in front of her face and say, this is not the man for you. He is hating on you. You're married to a hater. You're sleeping next to a liar. He hates you. He doesn't want to be with you.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
For any reason other than now we are all talking about him. That's the only reason he wants to be with her. This is why he wanted to be with her.
Stop it. Get some help.
They didn't invite him on that podcast because of football. They invited him on that podcast because he's Simone Biles' husband, and he shall heretofore be known as Simone Biles' husband. That's why he married her. But it doesn't matter that the writing of his true intentions is on the walls in all caps, blood red paint.
I'm confused. Why is everybody trying to turn Simone Biles into a feminist? Right? The guy is an NFL player. Simone Biles took it back to the 50s. Right? She said, I am his woman. He is my husband. That's all that matters.
The worst part is she's not going to believe any of us when we say that. This lady, this girl, she's 26. The only person she wants to hear speak is her man.
Of course.
99% of women have been there to where somebody's trying to tell them the truth about a man with bad intentions, and they don't want to listen. They don't want to believe it because the only thing that they're worried about is love. Oh, I love him, but daddy, I love him. Like, that's it. And there's nothing you can say. I've been there. I have dated one man in particular.
But it's not the same.
Horrible man. Terrible man. Never gave a shit about me. But you couldn't tell me that. As far as I was concerned, you just don't know him like I do. He's trying his best. He really has come so far. I love him. You just don't get it. And when I look back, of course, it's unbelievably, almost unfathomably cringe to think about the ways that I would defend him then. That man would have left me to die. Simone Biles' husband will leave her for dead. I hope that prenup is stronger than God herself. That's the worst part, though.
She said God herself.
Though, is that she doesn't believe it. You see how she's on the internet doubling down, talking about in a couple of years, no one's going to know him as Simone Biles' husband. Everyone's going to know me as whatever the his name is, his wife. And it's like, why would you want that? The most decorated Olympian of all time, male, female, black, white, American, whatever, most decorated, most accomplished Olympian.
Listen, I'm done with all this talk, right? Let Simone Biles, you know what's wrong? Simone Biles doesn't want to take the feminist pill. She doesn't want to take the red pill for women. That woman, I respect her because she wants to go back old school and she wants to be feminine and delicate. And you can't be feminine and delicate. You're mixing up things and you're calling the man upstairs her. Like, it's wild. It's wild. Nobody can save Simone Biles. No. She's perfectly fine. I think no one can save you. Let me get rid of this nonsense and get to the next video.
And now look when he ready. 70. Y'all got 50, 11 more weeks.
Okay, can we really talk about this?
So they're mad because a 70-year-old man says he's ready for love. What's the whole point of it? What's the whole point of the anger?
And now look when he ready. 70. Y'all got 50, 11 more weeks.
Okay, can we really talk about this? Honestly, can we really have a serious conversation about this without people getting in the comment section, getting all nasty and upset and worked up because they don't like what people are saying here on TikTok? Can we just have a real conversation? We all know a man just like this. He might be in his 50s or his 60s, but we all know a man that has been a player from the Himalayas, has Robin Woods, Peter Pan syndrome, and is looking to find a woman in his latter years to wife up or to be with. So I'm gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna say the quiet part loud. To be his bed nurse. So I have a friend of mine, right? And we met 15 years ago. We met under the pretenses of dating, but he was not trying to be serious even back then, okay? Let me tell y'all something, ladies. He's fine too, okay? He's like a light brown skin, tattoos everywhere. I'm an 80s baby, so I like a little gold tooth. He got a little gold tooth in my pocket. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? Don't judge me, judge your mother. Now, after our initial meeting, he, told me I want to be with you, but he wasn't trying to do all the things that a man does to really properly court a woman. And so I knew he wasn't serious. And so I did not take him seriously. And I, purposely just said, listen, this is not going to work. Fast forward to about 2009,
2018, 2019, something around there. He comes to me, he says, hey, I want to see you. Can I come over? I'm like, sure, come through, whatever. So, we had never did anything. And he said to me, I just came from the doctors and the prognosis is not good. He said, I have a lot of problems and I need some support. I said, well, what's going on? He said, now I have not only Lyme disease, because he had Lyme disease back when I met him. He had Lyme disease, hypertension, and diabetes. Now, ladies, you all know that diabetes is a killer of a special organ on their body. Okay? Let's not pretend like we don't know that. And him telling me that, he decided that he wanted to ask me to now be his girlfriend officially. Today's the day. Can you, don't you want to, try it out to be with me? And I said, absolutely not. Fast forward to about 2 years later, he comes to visit me again. And this time he comes bearing gifts. Okay. He came to my front door. He sits down. He said, I want to have a talk with you.
No, I don't know what the man is thinking, right? He's in the West. You'll find some that'll take care of you. These women don't want to take care of you. But I'm telling you, you come over here to the Philippines, that man at 70, a woman will take him in. As he said, he would pay the money. He would pay what it costs to take care of him. And over here, where I am in the Philippines or some other countries, a woman will gladly take care of you. Okay, it's going to be very inexpensive. Like this here, over here, would be a good place to come and say, you know what? And that's what guys do. I'm going to lay up for the rest of my years and get me a pretty woman, and she'll take care of me, she'll cook, everything. You don't have to deal with these broads on the West. A guy like you at 70, and it's cheaper over here too. I said, come on down to the Philippines and find your way, brother. Trust me when I tell you.
If you can't find love in your own country, then just fly halfway across the world. No, I am not saying become a passport bro.
Here we go again.
Oh, well, you might as well be, but let me hear what you have to say.
Okay, but let me explain. Trying out a new lipstick from Yuki. This is the story of how I met my spouse. Flashback to 2017. This was my first big backpacking trip, completely solo. And the story is really the definition of if they wanted to, they would. So of course I downloaded Tinder. I'm in Bulgaria on a plane boarding, heading to Barcelona, Spain. I get a match. They say, do you want to meet up tonight? Why not? It's a Thursday night. I land, it's 11 o'clock. I'm finally to my hostel because I'm traveling totally backpacker style. Exhausted, laying in my dorm bed. And I get a text. You ready to meet? So I made it happen. And let me tell you, we spent the next week together. However, we were basically just friends.
And this is very much so what passport bros are doing. But if you listen to the narratives out there, you think passport bros were just going to different countries, just being with women that were for the woman of the night. That's how they paint the narrative, right? But no, it's okay what I'm doing. Even though when you're doing it, we're going to say, no, you're doing this. That's literally what's happening. So right now, women are watching her. Chloe Jade Travels, a passport sis, saying the same thing passport bros are saying.
Months go by, we're still friends, we're texting, and then I get a text that says, hey, can I come visit you in California? So of course I say yes. We spend the next 3 weeks together. This is still 2017. Nothing comes of it, and then 2 years later, I get another text. Okay, I love this color, but I need to smooth this out. My US visa is expiring. Can I come visit you in New York City? We had just been friends. I had always had such a big crush. So of course I say yes. I had to let go of any idea of there maybe being something there. Well, we ended up engaged 5 months later. We began traveling the world together. A year and a half after that, we got married. And now we've been married for 3 years. Like I said, if they wanted to, they would. Now, as I'm recording this, I'm thinking that this kind of sounds very passport bro-ish. So please do not go to another country with the intent of finding a spouse from that country.
We began traveling the world together. A year and a half after that, we got married. And now we've been married for 3 years.
My spouse is Turkish, I'm from the USA, and we met in Spain. I just meant that maybe your spouse is out there in the world, and if you needed a reason to travel, this is a good excuse.
That need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
That this kind of sounds very passport bro-ish. So please do not go to another country with the intent of finding a spouse from that country.
See? So she just pushed all the passport bros aside and said, I know it sounds passport bro-ish. That was passport sissish. And you can't do that, right? She tried to, passport bros, passport sis, yay! We would not allow that. That's not kosher of you. Passport bros are doing this all day, every day. Same thing you're doing. They're going out, finding women that want to be with them. Similar situations are happening. But for you, it's called romance. For us, it's called ick. Stop it. And you know what, guys aren't listening to it. Guys ignoring that because we will realize this is the way.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's definitely more to life than dealing with women like you.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Passport. No.
So he's come.